Pastor B, please, I want to ask you these two questions.
Two
Number one,
questions. Okay.
yes. Number one, how do you okay, let me ask this one first. I watched a podcast last week whereby a lady was asked, what do women bring to the table in marriage?
Mhm.
But I'm not really convinced about what she said. So that's why I want to ask you, what should women bring to the table in marriage?
If I tell you what they should bring on the neutral, you will say I'm not a woman. So there's absolutely, I don't know if you take this from me, but I'll say all the same. Because as a man, I think I know what a woman should bring. But like I said, when I tell you, you will not still agree. But let me tell you the first thing. The first thing, okay, let me answer it this way. When a man says he wants to get married to a girl, what do you think they are looking for? Answer it. What do you think they are looking for?
To me, I think what some may be looking for, probably peace of mind, children, having children, someone that will be cooking for them.
Yeah, so how come you're asking me what do women bring to the table? Because you already know. Just go back to a young man who left the university and looking for a partner. What was that partner they're looking for? Now, it might change based on personalities. I've had guys who are looking for girls who are working class, so they could use their money as cover. You know, in situations whereby you as a man, you're a contract maybe staff, and you're feeling like one day maybe there's going to be an issue with the money you have, so you now need, support. But some people don't need financial support. When I was single, I didn't need financial support. I knew I was going to be extremely wealthy because I had, things going on.
Hmm.
But I needed a wife who could be my partner, especially on the emotional side. Because I have a lot of baggage, big dreams, big this and that. I need a woman who could stomach that. So what I needed then was more of somebody who's clean enough. And I had this slogan I said, I will personally need a woman who could be okay in poverty, who could shine in poverty and also shine in wealth.
Hmm.
That was my own mantra because sometimes as a man, you can think you're going to have all the money in the world and all of a sudden things go bad. And then now you now have 20,000 to manage. Can your wife manage 20,000 without complaining? Can she find a way to make okra soup with nothing in it and garden egg and you guys eat peacefully without anybody regretting they came to the world or that you married them? So I know the lowest of my lowest, let's say God forbid,
Hmm.
can the wife go with me there without leaving and complaining? And the highest of the highest, can a woman follow me there? Because what if you become a billionaire and your wife looks like your house help? So she cannot upgrade herself to that level. And then most people say, "But she's a wife. Why can't you teach her and teach her?" No, most husbands are not looking for girls they want to teach. They want somebody to complement them, not somebody to come and control them or create chaos in their life. So, what women should bring to the table on my hierarchy, the first one is marry only someone that you are convinced can lead you. Don't marry somebody and start controlling them or start telling them what they do right or wrong because you already saw what he can do and what he can do. So that's it. Just stay on the man that you know. But the priorities for a woman in marriage is different. They just want to get married and give birth to children. You just change your name to Mrs. Something if the guy is handsome and he has some money. That's all. They really don't have much metrics of checking out in marriages. I'm not saying for all women, of a larger percentage of women, that's what it is. And that's a wrong way to go about it. Marry somebody that you don't have to control. Don't think a man will change after marriage. You are going to create chaos in that marriage. Marry a man you can trust his judgment. Don't say because I'm talking to him, he's not listening to me. He's not built to listen to you. A man is not built to listen to a woman. He will only want you to talk. The decision lies with him, and you must trust him enough to let him take those decisions. If you got married to someone and you think you're the one to take the decisions, to tell them where to go, where to live, what to do, what to buy, what not to buy, the woman, that house will not last unless you marry the boy. If you marry the boy, mama's boy, of course, yes, you can just tell what to do and you say, okay, my love. But when you marry a real man, he's not going to take that from you. And if you are moved negatively by him not listening to you, then by your hand, you will destroy the marriage. So most people are not happy in marriages. Most men are unhappy as well.
Okay,
Because,
sorry.
Okay.
Does that mean men don't change after marriage?
No. Men don't change after marriage. Nobody changes. Women will not change, men will not change. The only thing is you marry somebody you don't respect. If you don't respect someone and you got married to them because probably they can foot your bill or they are beautiful enough or your friends like them or because you are getting older, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And marriage is for the rest of your life until you get out of that marriage. And if you get out, whatever made you choose wrongly while you're younger, you're going to even choose worse when you're older because now your priorities have changed. You know, when you're younger, your priority is you want a good home, you want everything. So if you chose wrongly at
Yeah.
that point, now that you don't need a good home, you have 3 children that are already out of the university, or so what are you going to choose? You're going to choose horribly wrong. So the narrative is get married to somebody you respect. That's the only fact. And that's why in hierarchy, you notice men are always older than their wives. Because naturally, when somebody's older than you should respect. But female of nowadays have lost their mind as well. I remember having a neighbor then. The husband was 10 years older than her. When she talks to that man, I feel angry on behalf of the man. That was the day he called the man baldhead. Like, you are party.
And she might probably be joking.
Not jokes. You know, if they are fighting, we always hear it now. They are neighbors. Then, like, you are party oloshi. Is that a joke? That you are calling your husband bastard? And the man did not say anything. The man just said, oh, B, or B. He was saying, oh, B. Because, but I'm sure the man played it off. Nobody was there. The man played it off, but deep in that man is regretting, like, what did I get myself into? And majorly when it comes to finance, if you are the man financing the house, you are feeling pain that somebody you are stressing your life for is not appreciative. And if the woman is the one feeding the house, you are also feeling the pain that assuming I have money, maybe she won't behave like that. So everything is chaos. It's chaotic. And this is what is about feelings. Once you lose your good feelings, once you lose your positive vibe, once you lose that jab, you lose life. It's as simple as that. You struggle with everything. If you're not well placed with your family, in marriage and all, the thing you are selling in your place of work that you're supposed to sell for 100 naira, you will sell it 20 naira because you don't have the confidence to call figures. Others will be saying their own is 150. You say, I don't call it 50 naira. What if he doesn't buy? Meanwhile, even if you had said 200, they will buy. If you have confidence to call anything and you give a reason for why your product is 200, they will buy still. And you make times 5 of whatever it is. But yeah, you've lost your mind, lost your soul, lost your confidence, lost your personality, lost your manhood because a woman keeps dwindling and dragging you down. I don't support women who come into marriage to destroy the lives of the woman. You can't just lose your life, lose your head, lose your brain, lose your confidence. You see your brothers, the ones that are 20 years younger than you, when you guys meet up, there's a way they look, their aura is greater, their countenance is better. You are a shadow of yourself, not money. It's not monetary. Somebody in the house is puncturing your ego every day, and they enjoy it. I hope you know. You know, there was a time I made an assertion that the only thing that makes a woman tick is when they insult. And I'm not even sorry to say that because most women don't really have something going for them. You know, we deal with statistics here because few people who are successful as women, they're going to say, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But the percentage of men that have made it by themselves for themselves are like 60%. Percentage of women that made it by themselves for themselves are like maybe 10%. So in percentages, the men hold more ground in terms of financial making it and exploring things. Even as nurses, you see more men. Nurse, you see men there. But most women, they are happy to drag you down. Why? You're not listening to them. A woman will like that whatever she told you that you didn't listen to, she will prefer that thing does not work. So that she will tell you, did I not say it? Just so she can be right. She's going to drag you down. That's why men of this generation, you know what they do? They only get married to people who have jobs, who have big works, who are successful. Because they know these ones are like tactically, they have turned to men. You know, if you get to the top of the echelon of your business or your company, forget it, you're no longer a woman. You're just wearing skirts. Because you have sat with men, you know. If you want to eat with the kings, your spoon has to be long. You have to be courteous. You have to know how royalty works. So before you become the top of the echelon as a woman, you already know how it flows. Your brain is critically thinking, not like most women. Most women emotionally think. They don't critically think. And that's the thing. So most men are wired to think critically, and then their wives are wired to think emotionally, which is good. It's a good balance. God created male and female to be like that. So when you are hustling for money, thinking about future, thinking about everything, your wife is thinking about what color of clothes to buy, She's thinking about what best food should we eat, who's coming for holidays. Those are things that a woman fit into naturally. You get it? But at the end of the day, you just discover that most men leave their own jobs to focus on the job of the wife. So you are dragging with market with your wife, dragging with color with your wife, dragging with who's coming for holiday with her. It doesn't add up. You should be more concentrated, more concentrated on future investment and all. And for women, don't put your mouth on money, investment, and all of that too much. Let the man handle it. Like I advise, if you are young and you are not married yet, if you are dating someone, put it down in a piece of paper because that's old water. Don't say it because your wife is going to tell you you didn't say it when you get married. Whatever you say, whatever you've done that is not written down, she's going to tell you that wasn't what the case was or that wasn't what she meant when it was discussed. So you have to write it down or tape it. Now you have phones that can record and all of that. Just tape it. And this is like, what do you think my roles are in this marriage? What are your own roles? So let her tell you, I'll be in charge of the kitchen, I'll be in charge of this, I'll be the one to provide this. If she's somebody wants to stand up to you and say we want to share the finance in the house, okay, very beautiful. If you have 3 children, you're going to take 2, I will take 1 for school fees, I'll do write everything down. Oh, so that when you get to the nitty-gritty of this marriage, I've been married for over a decade. I know that you can, this thing that I just told you will help you scale through a lot of hurdles, even for the male and the female. That no matter what changes, now you will now have what you bring to the table. Because if you can write, I'm going to be in charge of the kitchen, I'll probably take care of the decorations in the house, all the interiors are on me, as a wife. I'll take care of maybe all the in-laws that come through. And then the husband says, okay, I'll give you maybe 200K every month for upkeep. I'll give you this, that. It might just be an assumption. You might put it on percentages because 200K in 2010 is not 200K in 2023, So you can just put it on percentages, maybe on the percentage of my salary. Because one thing about it that most people don't get is, as a husband, if your salary was 1 million naira last 3 years and you are giving 200K, now you've been promoted, your salary is 1.8 million, your house should get about 400,000. Even the fact that they're not going to buy up to 400,000, just give to her. Let her just do whatever she likes with the remaining. If you are the wife of a king, it should appear on you for no reason. So that means she can dash money just because she's a wife. Let her feel good. But some guys will say, no, 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 you can't. So put it on percentages. That way it will, even out. If you are giving 10%, 20%, 30% of your income to your family to take care of themselves, you invest the remaining one. Investment, no, they finish. So you can't say because of investment, we will not live, we will not breathe. We will breathe in the house before your investment. We know the investment will bring profit, but if you are not showing to us that you will take care of us now, how are we sure even when you become Dangote, you still come back to take care of us? So showcase what we should expect on the long run. Start showcasing it from now. So that's what I think both male and female can bring to the table without any argument. And for ladies who use husband's house as a pensionary home where you just want to retire and enjoy money without doing nothing, God will not give you husband.
Amen.
That was not a good prayer, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Because if God created you to help the man to acquire his dream, just like if you don't know what helping a man means, look at how you help your children. That's it. Just make your husband your first child, and do the rest. No matter what our children does, we still, take care of them and all. But every
Yeah.
instance your husband says something like this, you are what do you mean? Blah, 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 blah. You're running your mouth, nagging and shouting and screaming. Even when you're not shouting and you're talking, your talk is like a sharp knife piercing into his tummy. And then you come back and say, I'm the best wife in the world. When it's your birthday, you expect him to celebrate you like that. Even if he celebrates you, he's just doing it to cover on social media. So people will not know his house is in disarray.
Yeah.
In his mind, he's not happy at all. He's just smiling for the cameras. But if you genuinely want the man to be happy, of course, just be civil about it. Just be mature about it. I know most of us got married as kids. If you get married at 33, 32, 30 something, you are not like grown. And if we say wait till 40 something before you get married, you are too old. But at 30 something, you probably don't know much. But either you listen to stuff like this so that you will know how to paddle it. Just become a little, no matter your emotions, put it under control. Because this is not a boxing match thing. It's not like you're fighting to win a belt. So the fact that all the arguments about who's going to win, I'm better than you, I don't know. At the end of the day, if you think Your husband is better than you. Whatever he's better at, let him bring it home. So people are going to enjoy it together. So why am I fighting? If my wife says, oh, I'm better, I want to make 100 million, go and make the 100 million. People will bring it home. Unless you have somebody who doesn't care about that, then that's a different problem. But in the long run, everything is into the same pot. Uh-huh. So that's what I think both parties can bring to the table, and how you can resolve this.
Okay. I think I'm going to take my second question from what you said.
So you didn't
You
have any
said
question before?
no, I have one before, but
Hey,
I
they
want
ask
to.
that one and then ask another one.
Okay, you said when change comes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to ask, how do you handle change and unexpectations in marriage?
Now, I didn't tell you change will come. Oh, you see that?
No,
I'm talking to you now,
no,
you can't understand.
I
I have
understand. You
somebody's wife
said
now.
the husband should do the recording, or both of them should do the
That's
recording,
the newest
or
advice I'm giving. So there is
yes.
no, I didn't know, I did not mean it that way.
So
Everybody
that's
sees
one.
blue
That's
and
why
black.
I'm asking the
You can
question
photocopy
now.
it and place it to yours.
And so when that changes comes, how do you handle it?
What change again? So if I told you I'm going to give this, I'm going to do this, all of a sudden I'll say I didn't say it, or I can't do it again.
It's possible.
If I can't do it again, it's not, I won't just, I can't do it again. If I can't do it again, it's more like, babe, come and help me. Oh, see what I said I was going to be doing. Look at my salary. Maybe they sacked my enemy or something. There must be some reasons for why you can't do what you promised you do. Look, it's easier to keep promises that are written down. Just understand
Hmm.
that. Very easy. But the ones that you just say up front, sometimes you forget it. It's easier. Assuming, okay, now this is my own wedding ring. Assuming it was that thing we signed during wedding. If they laminated it and placed it on our chest permanently, we'll probably never, ever, ever forget it. But this ring doesn't really signify what we signed because it wasn't written down. What's ring? You can just pull it away. But assuming they tattooed your,
Your
especially those men,
forehead.
yes, those men that always lie, I'm not married. If you are not married, okay. The day you
But
remove
men
your
do
clothes,
lie to that they are not married. So it's vice versa.
I see this line that you're not married as I see low self-esteem. That's what I call it. Because in my mind, even if you are going to commit a sin of adultery, you could tell the person who you are, and if you are that good, of course, she will make a decision. But in a situation
Mm.
whereby you have to lie about what you are and what you're not, it's low self-esteem to me. And it's just like you are looking for what to eat on a run and run away and all of that. You see these things I'm saying happens in the world. It doesn't really happen to people who are in Christ, because why would you go through all that stress for what? It doesn't matter. Whatever money you're going to waste outside, waste it on the wife inside. The wife will look way better than whatever you think is outside. Because nowadays, if you want your wife to be purple, you can make her purple. If you want her green, yellow, orange, lemon, whatever. You can do anything now. So it's not like somebody is beautiful. No, you can make your wife as beautiful as that. Everything is available now. Technology are there advanced. But if people are changing, if I'm to answer this correctly, that's something you can do when anybody changes. And you know why that is it? When God created everybody, we were created with the decision making heart. Our brain makes decisions and God doesn't interfere in it. So God can practically send me on an errand. I will tell him I'm not going. And there's nothing we do. IS will kill me. And I won't go. Because even in death, I'm not going. you know? So it's not easy for anyone to change. That's why for a lot of people who pray on mountains, Lord, my husband is committing adultery, change him, change him. You can pray for 15 years. Oh. It takes a longer time for it to happen. And even most of those prayers are wrong. Kill all the and there was a day I said this in one of my preaching. I'm like, some women are the enemies of women. So because your husband is womanizing with a woman, you are telling God to kill her. And so now, how about that girl's mother that is also praying? How about her father? How about her brother? So you are praying to God to kill a girl simply because she's sleeping with your husband. And you didn't pray that God will kill your husband for sleeping with her.
And the woman we see as the enemy now. So you pray for your enemy to die.
Okay. But the man sleeping with another one also sees you as the wife as an enemy.
How?
Because, okay, now that's the technicality involved. A man cannot go out of his or her matrimonial home unless there's a huge disregard for the one at home. Huge
Mm.
disregard. So it's either a case of you don't love her enough, or there is an issue, maybe quarrels, or the husband doesn't just fancy marriage. Some people don't even know what marriage is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in their house, you have been married 10 years old, they still feel as if it's boyfriend girlfriend thing, that you can just go anywhere or do anything. So
Mm.
basically, it's a lot, because you shouldn't be an enemy to your house by going out. So once you go out, you're an enemy.
Hmm.
Yes, now you're an enemy. Because you are doing what will destroy the house. What if you capture some diseases outside as a man and then you bring it back to the house? All of you will die. And maybe your wife is breastfeeding, and then the child too carries it. So have you seen that the man is an enemy now?
Yeah.
So why did the woman if not pray that the man would die? Because he said his enemy, that the other girl is an enemy.
Yeah.
Now I've proven to you that the man too is an enemy of the house.
The woman will not want her husband to die now. So
Okay.
yeah.
So it's all about your selfish interest now.
Yeah, it's good to be selfish sometimes.
What are you saying?
Yes, now he's a husband.
Husband that did not see himself as the husband.
Okay, accept
You are
that.
claiming what the person. If I see myself as somebody's husband, I won't go and do opposite of what she wants.
Mm.
Most people have technically deleted themselves from that role, but you are still holding on to it. But by and large, what I'm just saying in essence is marriage is not something that works on its own. You have to technically, spiritually, physically, mathematically, physiologically make it work.
Mm.
It's a lot of work, and it's astonishing that just two people can't. Two people just yes and no, yes and no. One of my friend's wife said when they were dating, that he had a nice time and he enjoyed their dating more than when they got married. And they
Wow.
were 12 years in marriage at that point, she said it.
Hmm.
So I was asking her, what's the problem? What's the problem? Apparently, that my friend will go out, and when he's coming back from work, he usually watch football somewhere. He has those stuffs in his house, so he says it's not sweet to watch football at home. He will go outside. And while they are there, they'll be drinking. While they are there, they'll be carrying woman. And the woman is aware. So the woman is technically angry, and she cannot do same. So she's
Mm.
not as peaceful. Unfortunately, she will now be asking for more money because she feels like, okay, maybe you have money, that's why you are drinking. So she will be inflating everything at home. The husband is be angry that you are asking for more money that you don't need. And like the house is just always, we'll keep calling, we'll keep praying, we'll keep advising. But later, I think the wife had left the husband to UK.
Wow.
Not like divorce, they didn't get divorced. This one just
Wow.
japa and left the husband. But
Mm.
because their pastor, so I understand that japa is not a natural japa. I think she's just tired of the whole thing and then she wanted to leave. If I'm to judge it, I judge that my friend to be somebody who's not reasonable enough on that marriage. Basically, you can't frustrate a very good woman because if a woman wants you to home at social time, just try and be there. Not like you have any reasonable thing doing outside, you know. But it is what it is. The only God that help marriages. For those who their marriage is still together, is God. You can't say you are the one that knows what you're doing. Steve Harvey is one of those like big talkers on marriage, and
Oh.
you saw what the wife did now.
Mm.
So we have not even opened that cankerworm
Chapter.
of whatever people do in his other room when they're married. We're still
Mm.
talking of regular things you have to decide on, and it's already like bad, bad, bad. Let alone when you now open that other side of you don't even know what's up. Because some people can go to the other room and walk 10 times. Some people just want once. So a man that wants once is married to a woman that wants 5 times and wants that every day. And this one wants once in 2 weeks. And you're saying Jesus is Lord.
Hmm.
And this one does not have, it's not water that you just drink to calm down. And most of the time, most of these people like this, they are people that have some voluptuous body, who men will be trolling around and, some girls are so beautiful on the outside that men can throw them $1 million just to say, come and hang out with me. And that's the wife of someone who's doing one per 2 weeks. So it becomes a catalog of wahala, chaos that you don't even know where to start from. So the solution would have been, okay, let's meet in the middle. If she wants 5 times per, of course,
Per week.
5 times per day,
But
now you see what it is. People have this exposure that is not the same. And that's why I always say it's better you accept Jesus at the early stages so that your life will not turn balable. Because there's nothing sexual about anything sexual. It's just simply what you are exposed to. So whatever you're exposed to, it starts ringing, and then you become what? And you can get exposed. I'm not saying probably maybe secondary school or anything. You can actually get exposed after you've been married. Because whatever you feed yourself is what your soul grinds towards. And if you think I'm not saying the truth, from today, don't listen to any news about relationship, marriage, sex, or anything. Don't watch any video or movie that has to do with anything like that. only watch videos around the gospel and read the Bible always and pray always, in another 6 months, you will not remember what your sexual drive is again.
Really?
Yes, we are like trees. When you plant a tree, whatever you feed it determines how slow it will grow, how fast it will grow. A tree is a tree, blank. Whatever you feed it determines how slow it will grow or how fast it will grow. So, as a human being, everybody has their sexual drives, but what you feed it is what makes it slow or what makes it grow. So if you're used to every now and then you're watching movies, romance movie, you're reading romance novels, every time your friends gather, that's what you gist. You have friends, you gist with. I even heard that they had Facebook groups, they have panels, they have things they, join that they discuss all these type of stuff. In cases like that, it's not going to be easy. When you go through life that way, 1,000,000%, your drive is going to go full, and then you're going to say something like, "Oh, I didn't know this was it. Oh, it's not." Nah, it's what you've exposed yourself to. If you relieve yourself of that, concentrate on maybe singing, Bible, you engage in spiritual things, absolutely, that changes it for you. You just discover your interest is no longer there. How did a pharmacist become a pharmacist? That even if a pharmacist has to give a speech, it's going to sound with words that has to do with pharmacology and whatever happens in their drug world and all. And if you tell a pastor to give a speech, he's going to, before he knows, on reflex, he's going to say something like the Bible says,
Yeah.
because that's what he's used to. If you are used to this, you are going to be this. When you are used to that, you are going to be that. So it's what you consume that determines how you react to basic living. Knowledge, they say, is power. And the Bible says the principal thing.